Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So today we are going to work on a page in my Christmas journal. And it's going to be a little different than what I normally do. So I've hit the books, you might say. I have hit the books. And I found in one of my favorite books this picture right here. And it just screamed out to me. I mean, it just yelled, use me, use me. So I said, okay, I will. So what I did was, let me show you what I did, is I attached it to one of those large 5x7, what are they called? Index cards. Okay, and then I just trimmed it. Okay, and what I'm doing right now is one of those jumbo playing cards. They look like this. And mine are old. I have, I think I got them at a yard sale like 2-3 years ago. But I think you can get them at the dollar store. And I attached, let me get this off so I can show you. I attached an old book page to it. Now, before I attached the book page, I took a piece of what I trimmed off of that. And what I mean is a piece of the book page that I trimmed off of this, and I used it as my flip. So it's attached between the book page and the card. Okay, so it's right here. That way we don't see it. Now I'm just, trimming the book page off. Now I haven't inked anything or anything like that yet. That's going to get done all at the same time. Now the back of my cards are red, so I'm assuming they may come in blue. I don't know. I didn't really care. I just wanted the red ones. There. And I wanted that ruffly edge because when I ink, it's going to give me a really cool look. So then I also have my small cards. And I have a little Timmy Holtz person. Or I guess brother and sister maybe. Let me see if I can maybe get some of that glare off so you can see it. I don't know if I can or not. And they're dressed for winter. And they're going to go on here. But I'm going to cover this card with, now I was going to use that one. And I don't like that one on there. I want to use, I haven't left you. I'm over here. I'm getting out my other one. Nope, that's not the one I want. Hold on a second. I thought I had it out, but I got out the wrong one. You think you're organized. I really look up to, and I know you can't hear me. Hold on a second. Okay. So I couldn't find what I was looking for, but this will do. So this piece, I just kind of want to cover it so it's not as blue. So I'm going to take a little piece of this snowflake. And this is just tissue paper. Most likely I got it in a gift last year. Because people know I like stuff like that. And I'm going to cover the front of it. It kind of knocks down this bright blue a little bit. Like that. Now before I do that, I'm going to get out my, where is it? My vintage photo here. And I want to go around my edges a little bit. Now I'm going to do it again also. But I want to go around my edges a little bit. So it might knock down some of that white too. There. And then I'm going to put this over top of it. Do you all have these problems? You know you have something somewhere, and then you go to look for it, it's not there, and then you just get flustered. I really, really admire creators to have neat and tidy desks and know exactly where things are. Truly, I do, because I am not one of them. I am not one of them. Now, this is going to need a flip also before we do this. So I'm just going to take this little tan piece. So let me scoot you over here. And we're just going to tear this off. And the reason I chose the tan is because of that. I don't want anything, you know, kind of showing through. And I'm just going to fold it in half. Just like that. And I know it's too long, but we'll adjust that in a minute. And it's going to go this way. Okay, it's going to sit here like this. And I want it to flip down. So it needs to go like this. Just like that. Okay, now you need to make sure you put a little bit of glue here on the inside. Okay, so, oh darn it, I put that on the wrong side. Let's see here. If this is going to flip down, like this, this side's going to be covered. Wait, yeah, I do want this in here. Wait, how do I want this to flip? I'm not worried about the glue right now. I want this hidden, but I'm not covering this. Or do I want to? Questions arise. This is going to go over here. Oh, wait, that's the wrong way. Goodness sakes, I'm glad I caught that. Because this is going to go around here. This is going to go here. That piece is already covered. Yeah. So I do need this piece covered here. Or done like that. You know, sometimes my brain works, sometimes my brain doesn't work. So we're going to turn that way. It's going to go here. It's all right. I'll put more glue on this. Not a big to dupe. Oops, I just pulled it off. Okay, so here's my flap right here. And make sure you don't pull it off like I just did. Okay, the fold is on the edge. Here's my fold. It's going to end up there. Let's cover this up like that. I can still see it, and that's okay. That's what I want to do. So my folded edge is going to go against my red card. Yep, that's perfect. Now, I can go on and tear off this. And it's okay if it tears into the card a little bit. That's okay by me. I do not have a problem with that. Gives me a little more of a tattered look. Now, if that's going to bother you, then by all means, fix it. Like right here, but that's okay. I'm going to ink it in a minute. Now, I'm going to put that right in the middle. That is going to go there. Back here, this I'm going to cover with something else. Okay, so that doesn't have glue on it yet. But that is going to go down like that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I just have to walk through things. I just got to walk them through. Okay, so when this goes on my page, this flip is going to go underneath to secure it out. Back here, and I don't care that the words are upside down. It doesn't faze me. But this needs rounded just a smidgen to match everything else. Okay, I want these rounded to match the cards. Okay. This is going to go. Now, I could put this up here around the back. I think I do like that better because it doesn't stand out as much. I could do that. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because I'm going to put something else on top of this paper. So I think I'm going to do that. Now, to put that back there, I am going to use... My glue is really, really cold. I turned the heat... I'm getting the hiccups because I'm talking so much. I turned the heat off in my craft room. And not thinking that it would get so cold, and we had the 20s and below freezing the last 2 days, and now my glue is paying the price for it, and I didn't even think about that. Okay, just like that. Oh, I like that much better. Okay, so before I attach this to that, I want to cover this and ink everything. Now my little people are going to get inked. That's going to get inked. Now let me get my Christmas paper. It's right here. I'm moving my book out of the way so I don't get it all schmuckied up. And I'm wiping the glue off of my fingers here. Yeah, let's get that wiped off. Okay. Now I'm just going to grab out one of my 6x6 pads here. I mean, I put my little pad of my paper that we've been using out of the way. Now, where is my here it is right here. Here it is right here. That's the 6x6 pad I'm going to use. And, oh, you know what? It's not going to work because I think that's too big. Maybe not. No, I think it'll fit. I want to use, if I have any left in here, I want to use the trees. If not, I'll use that one. Let's see where the trees are. Oh, that one's not bad. Let's see if my trees are in here. Oh, I guess I don't have any more trees. Well, I guess I don't. Now that red isn't bad. That might be nice since the front of the card is red, but I was thinking I'd, you know, just make sure here. Oh, I think I'll use this one. Yeah, I think I'll use that one. Let's make sure it fits. Oh yeah, just fits. All right. I'm going to just use my glue stick for it. That one works. All right, so I'm just going to put... Now, the reason I put that paper on there was I wasn't sure I wanted to, you know, put anything else on here. But then, you know, as I'm working and working... Now, did I cover the wrong side? Ah, look what I did, you guys. I did. You know, sometimes I wonder about my brain. Sometimes I wonder, you know, is it really in my head or does it take a vacation sometimes? I really think it takes a vacation. I really think it does. Like midday, I think it takes a vacation. It says, yeah, I think I'll just take a walk. Good gravy. All right, so let's trim this. Let's get this trimmed here. I had that happen to me yesterday too. I was working on something. I got halfway through it and I decided, oh, I think I want hot chocolate. I was like, well, okay, let's go have hot chocolate. An hour and a half later, I got the project done because I was too busy having hot chocolate. But I gotta tell you what, now hot chocolate on a day when the temperature is 20 degrees, it was quite yummy. Okay. Oh wait, maybe I did. Oh no, I didn't cover it wrong. I did not cover it wrong. I just had that laying out wrong. There. Okay, so like that. Okay, so I like that. Now up here, that little house, I want to put, I think I want to put either this little house. I really like that little house. And I'm going to tuck him down there just a little bit. Or, now I would have to trim this one, but I really, really like this one. But I would have to trim it. Now see, here are my boundaries because this bottom piece just fits on my page. So I could put it like that, but I would lose these windows over here. And so I think this is too big. And my little people are going to stand down here like that. And I really like this house. I love these windows, but it's also too big. Now, I could center it. And I could keep these really pretty windows here. But I would lose this part of the porch. But that would be okay because you still get the feeling of a porch. You know, right there. Now I'm going to lose the legs of my little people here unless I bring them up and put something underneath them, which I have the room for. Over here, I have people. So these little people could be these little guys when they were younger. And under here, okay, I need to straighten this. There. Under here, I want to put a pocket. Under here, I want to put a pocket right there. And I've been working on pockets this morning, and I haven't finished them yet. So I've also thought about putting, I got out my smaller versions of people. I need to find the top, here it is, to see if I could find either something like this little lady or these little kids to stand down here And I've been going through them to see if I have, you know, anybody that I could put up there. Because they're a little more recent. As far as years go, like these are a little older. Like you can tell by the dress. Like that dress doesn't match this dress. You know, the style of clothing. See, I don't think these styles match. Now that's a little boy and a little girl. No, that style of clothing doesn't match. So, you know, I think we need our little people to be a little more current in style. I mean, I do love playing with these, but I think we need some just a little more current in style. Like maybe from the 60s. 50s or 60s even. Even the 40s would be fun. Even the 40s. But then I have these little snapshots, and I thought, oh, I could put down here a little snapshot. Maybe of mom or dad. Okay, you don't go in there. You must have fallen out of the envelope. You know, mom or dad. You know, maybe dad couldn't be there because he's, you know, gone off someplace, and they have a picture of him. So, like, here's a picture that I could put down there. Or there. So, I was thinking of that one to use. Now, that one's a little more current in style. But that covers up the kids. So, I think I'm going to use that one and put it down here in a little pocket. So let's put some of this stuff off of my desk so we can do that. Put this in here. And that's what we're going to do. Okay. All right, so to do this, we're only going to need our little picture here, a little snapshot. We're not going to need these. Okay, we're going to need that, and I am going to have to trim it down, and we're going to have to trim our house down. So let's mark where it needs trimmed. Right there. And right there. So let's go on and trim it. Oh, I got something stuck to my scissors here. Okay. Now let's put that in there. Now, I'm just going to use this to put my picture in. It just, if I have a clean enough piece, and I do have my wet wipe out here. I'm going to see if I can wipe a piece off here. If not, I also have my other things out. I can use those. All right, so to use these, you don't need this bottom piece. You know, the part that's crimped, you don't need that. And I don't need this piece up here. Okay, but I'm going to use this back piece back here. So I need to make sure it's clean. Front and back. Let's make sure my fingerprints aren't on it. Okay. Now I'm going to let it dry. Now let's get this onto our page here. So I'm going to line this up on here. Let's get this stuff out of our way. Now, before I put this on the page, I'm going to go on and glue this onto the card. That way you just have one unit to glue down. You're not messing with 3 or 4. And it's going to go here just on a blank page. So it's going to go here. So let's get everything folded up so it's easier to deal with. And it's going to go there, but first thing I need to do is go on and get this really quick. Just get this done. So anything that you want to ink before you put it down, now's the time to do it, because once it's down, it's really, really hard to hold on to. Okay. Now you can schmuck it up any way you want. And as you can tell, I'm doing a little bit of schmucking down here at the bottom. And I'm also going to do the inside of this. Just like that. And I'm not doing a lot. I'm just doing a little bit. Remember, I've told you, think of where your fingers are going to touch for the most. Okay. So that's going to close there. Oops. That's going to go there. Okay. So I need to do around here. Now, the most places my fingers would touch here would be here and here. But I am going to go over this. Now, up here at the top, it looks like I missed a little bit. So I'm just putting a little bit down and holding it in place. Now, on the back of it, I need to make sure that I have glue around the edges. All around the edges. Especially this edge, because this edge here is going to take most of the weight and the brunt of things. So we're going to make sure that this flip is covered in glue. And then, now you can use any glue you want to do this. Any glue you want. You can use this glue, you can use your Beverly Art glue, you can use your glue stick, you can use whatever your favorite glue is. Doesn't matter. As long as it adheres to your page, it doesn't matter. Okay. Now, make sure that it's even and it doesn't interfere with your spine. Okay. Now, to make sure that it's down, flip your page over. And here. and take something and go over the page behind it. Now, I could have done it on the left-hand side, but I'm not very good at planning things out on the left-hand side. There. Okay. Now, let's open it back up. Now, I want to put this up here, and I want to make sure that it doesn't stick out too much. I have plenty of room with it. Now, I also want to nip the corners on this, just with the little bitty one down here at the bottom. They're about the only corners I can really get. I don't know, maybe. Oh, yeah, well, I didn't get that one very well. Let's see. Now, let's see if I can get them with my scissors here. Okay, that one I got. There. I just wanted to get these so that they weren't getting anything. Now, my little chimney, I'm going to take up towards the top. And Dad here, I want to trim this edge just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so there's Dad. And we're going to put him right here. Okay? So let's get our little pocket made. Okay. Alrighty here. So. Okay, now I don't need this bend, so I can go on and cut it off. Okay, I don't need that, and I don't need that. Now, let's see how big of a pocket we need out of all this. I know it's too big, I just need to see here. Okay, so I want him to go right here. Now I'm going to mark it here, right there. Now this one's going to be enclosed. It's not going to come in or out. Okay. Yeah, so once he's down, he's down. So I'm going to go on and, you know what? I think I do want to nip these corners just a smidgen. Okay, so I want to put him where I want him first. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there in the middle. Actually, I need to put the house down first, don't I? Since he's kind of touching the house. Okay, I need to do the chimney. Just a dibble on the chimney. Oh, no I don't. Because the chimney's above the card. Were you all yelling at me? I was yelling at me. Don't do the chimney. Okay, so I want that right there. Now, this, I want right there. Let's make sure it's straight. Now this, which way did I cut it here? think I cut it to go this way. Okay, I cut it that way. Okay, I'm trying to put down the thinnest amount of glue I can absolutely put down. Just the thinnest amount. Now, because it's going to be sealed in, okay, this is a little bit too tall. Let me take this off here. I don't have to worry about, you know, being able to get my fingers in it. And I didn't cut that very straight. But I still wanted the glue to go outwards. Oops, a doodles. But I am just going to let it, I want it to sit around it. Now, any glue that squirts out, I can wipe off. There we go. Now, I can come back later and check on it and make sure that I'm okay. There. There we go. Now, let's do the kids. All right, so here's that one. Now, let's get the kids on. Now, we need to give them something to stand on. Otherwise, they're, you know, kind of floating in midair. All right, we don't need you. So let's see if we have something that they can stand on or that we can make for them. Maybe like a Christmas present. Let's see if we can make them a Christmas present. I think we had one of these with the ornaments on it, didn't we? Where's the one with the little ornaments on it? I'm pretty sure we did. Or even the lights. We could even use the lights, but I thought for sure we had one with the little ornaments. There it is. All right. Let's cut this for them to stand on. All right, guys. Let's see how big you are here. We'll give you a little. We'll give you a little Christmas present. Alrighty. Now, here's their little present. Now, I think we're going to need a bow or something. Alright. Here's their little gift. I think we need something right here in the middle. Let's see if we have anything up here. I know where we do. Let's grab a little piece of red ribbon for them. I didn't leave you. I'm right here. Okay. Let's put a little piece of red ribbon on there for them. Okay, which one do we want to use? I think we want to use this one. Let's just make a little bow here for them. Now here it is. That's better. See if we can get each of them a little foot in the ribbon. Oh, both of her little feet are going to fit in it. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I'm tall enough to see in the camera. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, you guys. Now, where's your little bow? One foot. Come on, darling. Get your little feet in there. Okay, now let's get these two little cutie pies in there. There's her little feet, her little foot, his little foot. Come on, cutie. Oops. Oops, I just got glue on you, sweetie. Sorry about that. Right, let's wipe that glue off of you. All right, now let me flip them over here. Make sure I don't have glue on the back of them. There. Oops. Okay, so here we go. Here's what I just put. This is so different from anything I normally put in my Christmas journals, but like I said, that base picture just hollered out to me, you got to do it, you got to do it. So I did it. All right, so let me put my pin in here and we'll go over the elements. They're really easy elements. We've done them many times. Okay, so on the base, we covered a 5x7 index card. That's all it is. It's an index card. And we covered it with a picture from a book. This is what the index card looks like. Okay? This is the base. And it's covered. Then I took a jumbo playing card. That's this piece. Okay? And I covered the back of it, this part of it, with just a piece of paper, a piece of old book paper. Okay? Out of a book. And before I covered it, as I trimmed my book page, the pieces I trimmed off of it, off of this page, right here, I gave it its flip. Okay? That's how you do a flip. The fold goes on the edge. Okay? So it went like that. Well, it would have gone... It would have gone like that. And then it went like this. Okay, now this is the opposite of this one. So that the card could flip out like this one's doing. Okay, that way it's hidden. That way it's completely hidden. Then I put the picture down. And then we covered, you watched me cover this back here with a piece of cardstock. Okay, so now the book page is hidden with cardstock. On the front, I used, down here, just a regular playing card turned sideways. So it's turned sideways like this. And I covered the blue part right here just with tissue paper. Now, if you don't have tissue paper, just cover it with cardstock, cover it with anything you want, or you don't have to cover it. You can just leave it like it is. And then I decorated it. These are all Tim Holtz decorations that I used only because I have them. And they're sitting in my stash and they don't get used. So I decided to use them today. Okay. These 3 items are Tim Holtz items. This is just basic Christmas ribbon that is also sitting in my stash. I've had it for, I can't tell you how long. It comes in a stack that looks like this. And I think I got it at Michael's. I have like 3 or 4 of them. And I get them on when they're on sale at Michael's. Okay? And then I just cut a little tiny piece of cardstock to make something for these little people to stand on. This is the cardstock I used. And I just made something for the little people to stand on and made a little bow. That's what it is. That's all it is. So it's really easy elements put together, and then everything flips in a different way to make it look different. Everything's going in a different manner than what we usually see. Okay? So I hope you give this a try in your journal, because it sure was a lot of fun making things go in different directions today. And I hope you had a good time. And I hope you come back and join me, and we'll do it again in another journal. So until I see you again in our next Ladybug Journal video, ta-ta for now.